Dad, you're my hero. You are. You're my hero, and you are your daughter's hero. I just want to remind you of that. The glory of children are their fathers. King Solomon said it. Your life is proving that out to be true. I just got to share a very beautiful weekend with a few of you. I am still so thankful and inspired by the opportunity that I had to share a weekend with some of you maybe a year and a half ago. I continue to be so deeply inspired by the courage that overwhelms me when I see a father pulling up into a parking lot with his daughter and walking across the field to an environment and into a weekend where he has no idea what's going to happen. I am so challenged and encouraged by you and by your example, even as I work out my own salvation and my own relationship with Bosley, my current 15-year-old right now. It's so helpful. It's so helpful to be sharing this journey with you guys. Thank you. I want to begin sending out just a series of thoughts to you because I want to give you the tools, the weapons that are needed to allow God to use the weekend of First Bloom to help you become what you were created to be, quite honestly. And so I was praying about it, and I want to share a story from you from Mark 9. The story's for us. A man in the crowd answered, Teacher, I brought you my son, Tejas. I brought you my son who is possessed by a spirit that has robbed him of speech. Whenever it seizes him, it throws him to the ground. He foams at the mouth, gnashes his teeth, and becomes rigid. I asked your disciples to drive out the spirit, but they could not. You unbelieving generation, Jesus replied, how long shall I stay with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring the boy to me. So they brought him, and when the spirit saw Jesus, it immediately threw the boy into a convulsion. He fell to the ground and rolled around foaming at the mouth. Jesus asked the boy's father, how long has he been like this? From childhood, he answered. It has often thrown him into the fire or water to kill him. But if you can do anything, take pity on us and help us. If you can, said Jesus, everything is possible for one who believes. Immediately, the boy's father exclaimed, I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief. The story goes on. The boy gets healed. But who is the greatest recipient here in this story? Is this story about the boy or is it about the father? The father is using the boy to the Heavenly Father is using the boy to bring the Father, who is at the end of himself, back to the source of everything that he needs. He's addressing the doubt that the Father carries with him. Hey, you know what? I mean, it'd be great. He keeps doing this, and I've talked to everybody on the planet that can help, gotten every self-help book, been to the synagogue. If you can help, how common a question is that for us to go to God and wonder if he's willing to help? The reality is that your daughter is your rescue in the same way that my daughter is my rescue, because God is using her to bring up the question in you, can I trust God to help me? Whose job is this? What is my part? What is my role, my responsibility in the life of my daughter? I'm going to drop some truth bombs on you. Your daughter, as precious as she is, and though you have never seen or experienced anybody care for her with the intimacy or with the hands-on experiences that you have, she's not actually your girl near as much as she is his girl. He is. I know that is a big truth bomb that's easy to just kind of nod, wink, wink with your mind, but until your heart knows that, you're going to continue relying on yourself for help. And another truth bomb, that you have a Father in heaven, and the task that he's given you to raise your daughter is so far beyond your ability to do. You can't do it. It's just the simple truth. And if you could fully give yourself to the fathering and to the mentorship and to the guidance of a teacher and a loving father who had every provision and wisdom at his fingertips to help you do this, not only that, but was more committed to it than you are, if you could look at yourself as simply a participant, the most essential participant, so essential a participant in the raising of your girl into strong, confident womanhood, that God shares with you and with you alone his greatest and most intimate name, Father, to this girl, then it would be a tremendous relief to your spirit. That's what I want to invite you into, because that's the reality of it. I want to invite you to reorient your relationship with your daughter so that it's not just the two of you, but this is all about a Trinity relationship. It's you and your daughter and God the Father, all of you loving one another, and with you and your daughter both growing together as you learn to depend on God as your Father. So that's the invitation. I have some more thoughts later on, but think about that story. It was really God, Jesus was revealing that the whole issue was about unbelief. It really was. So the invitation to the Father was believe. And then the Father was really honest, like, well, I do believe in part, and for the rest of it that I don't have the capacity to believe in yet, help me with my unbelief. Brothers, let that be our prayer. Fathers alongside me who want to become the best man that we can be for our daughters, to be the best fathers that we can be, let us go to God and ask continually, heal us of our unbelief and father me as I do what you've called me to do in this story, to shepherd the heart of my daughter into wholeness. Guys, I'm privileged to share this journey with you. More stuff to come. Thank you, guys.